And the first one we're going to get into is one that I actually have recently found from watching somebody else. And I guess we can give our 2 cents / opinions on the matter, which is, can anyone truly become a pro player?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Let's take the truly out. Can anyone become a pro player?
I think in theory. Well, I'd say in theory, yes, but like to become like actual like peak like top 5, top 20 player, that's like different. That's like not anyone can do that.
So in a way, it's complicated, right?
Yeah.
So me and Shankster have actually gone, did the local tourneys and everything back when going to locals was a thing. A lot of things now are more online based.
Yeah.
I would say it's complicated for a multitude of factors. First, age and where you're at. If you're younger, high school, beginning of college, living with your parents, you only got a part-time job, you really don't have the responsibilities of life too much, then I believe it's easier to actually get into the circuit of being a pro player. And this is in relation to fighting games, by the way. Because you don't really have so much responsibility and so much output monetized wise, which brings up the other part. Being a pro player is expensive. It's a cost that not too many people actually think about. Now, if you're a person that's just in one of those lucky states where a major or semi-major actually happens, like the Florida and CEO, then it might not be that difficult. But just imagine.
To be fair, it's if you're an actual pro, you're sponsored and you're getting paid, and they're paying.
Wait. Don't even bother with the sponsored yet.
No, because
that comes first. You have to show your merit.
No, being a pro player means you're getting paid. That's in my opinion. That's what it means.
No. The pay comes from you winning the tournaments. You don't have to be sponsored to win a tournament. Half of the people that were good beforehand were not sponsored.
They're pro level players, but they're not sponsored.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're sponsored. If you okay, let's take just sports. If you've been training your whole life to play basketball, you were good in high school, you were good in college, you eventually go to the pros, they recruit you.
And they're getting paid.
Yeah, but that's not a sponsorship. The difference in fighting games is a person can just walk on and enter a tournament non-sponsored and still be good and not be sponsored. So again, the sponsorship is irrelevant.
I think they're pro level, but they're not pro because now they're making a living off of it. It doesn't have to be sponsored.
It's pro player regardless. The sponsorship is extra. That's extra.
I'm going to the definition.
Because at the end of the day, with the level of Sonic Fox, that man does not have to be sponsored, and he would still won all those millions of dollars.
He still makes money off of doing streaming and all the other stuff.
Stop adding stuff. So Jesus Christ!
I'm talking about
I didn't say content creator.
I'm talking about making a living.
Pro player, regardless. If you have the skill, there are so many other things that come into play before just being a pro player, and I'm trying to explain to them all the other aspects. You're getting to an area that does that's so far extended.
Keep going.
Now, here's the thing: when they had the first things is where you're at in life. Are you a young person or are you a grown person with responsibilities? So those two already brings different forms of freedoms and responsibilities. Then the next part is the travel expense and everything involved with it. Again, if you live in a place that is close to a where a major or semi-major is, then by all means you could just take off a weekend, which if you don't work the weekends, and it won't affect pay. But if you're a person that has to travel like pretty far out of state, then now you're looking at flight costs, you're looking at the hotel, are you going to be driving or Ubering places, provisions for food, as well as making sure that you have all your equipment, P's and Q's in place outside of the registration fee and everything else. And depending on how eager, competitive, and hungry you are for it, are you traveling only to locals or places within a close area? or are you also going overseas and traveling also? That cost adds up a lot. So the road to becoming a pro player is expensive. So not too many people have that aspect. Again, if you're younger, unless your parents are sponsoring you in the beginning, how are you getting to half of these? And if you're an older person, do you have the job that allows you to be able to take that type of time off, and you have the money to make sure all your bills are paid while doing this extra expense?
Well, I mean, if you perform well in like the free tournaments, the locals, stuff like World War, online World War, like there's ways to become pro, and like actually get sponsors and stuff.
Yeah, again, if you're good, if you place high enough, and what would you say is the lowest bar that you would need to place before? Now, here's the thing though, with sponsorships, it's actually application based. That's the one thing I will say. People have talked about it for a while. It's not just some random recruit sees you and goes, "Oh, we think you're nice."
If you're good enough, they'll recruit you.
No, but what I'm saying is people have already talked about it. Let's just say you want to go for Evil Genius. I don't know if they're still around or not, but let's just say you want to go for Evil Genius. You would fill out an application for a sponsorship. If you're just brand new to it, they might overlook you. But if you already have placings, like you were top 16 in like 2 or 3 tournaments or whatever else, they might actually give you a shot because you have potential.
Yeah.
So that's another aspect. Some of these you do have to apply. Not all of them are, they randomly see you and you're just good. You would have to be like a Sonic Fox or a Justin Wong.
Yeah, for that
for that to actually happen. But I'm trying to think. What? Honestly, that's pretty much about it. I would think.
In theory, if you practice a lot and get really, really good and perform well in tournaments, you can become pro. It's just a matter of how much time and effort you want to put in and money.
Yeah.
But then
you just brought up another part earlier that I want to bring up. So the other part to actually get yourself more eyes so that people even can consider you is content creating. If you're especially in today's landscape, being a streamer, or even if you pre-record your videos or whatever else, will be more beneficial for you if you're actually trying to do it. If you're on every day streaming 6-7 hours a day, practicing Street Fighter 6, 2XKO, or any other fighting game that you're playing, when you go to fill out that application and you go, hey, I actually stream online when I do this, and it shows that you're getting way more dubs than L's, that does help out. That does help out. But
I mean, yeah, if you have an audience too, that helps as well. There's some people who are like content creators, but they're still like.
Yeah, but fighting games is such a niche audience, and you are going against you. I mean, come on. Like, okay, let's be totally honest. If there is a up and comer that's playing City of the Wolves, because we know you don't watch that really.
No one watches it.
But we're gonna use that anyway. City of the Wolves already has a low count.
Yeah.
If Shanghai is streaming, you really think you're gonna get some views?
I think it's different. Shanghai is actually a big streamer in China. That's a little different.
Well, in China, I'm talking about.
China,
but we're an American audience, so if you're in America, you love City of the Wolves and you're trying to play it.
Yeah, if you're an American player, City of Wolves is too niche.
Okay, but here's the problem. Now we just went to the niche part. Street Fighter 6. Who's looking at you? Because there's so many people that are good at Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
That granted, the game's formula is kind of cookie cutter or the same to me as far as what people do. The shimmy aspect or the hit reaction aspect is probably the most dynamic part. Like, wow, they got that off of that? That's pretty amazing. Especially if you can do that consistently. But you're going against punks. You're going against Brian F's, IDOMs. You're going against people that are prolific either as a commentator / content creator or pro gamer / content creator. If you're trying to now get into that space, so the biggest thing is
no, I say that because I watch Teamfight Tactics, and there's a player who's like a content creator, but he's still sponsored. But he gets like 10K views.
10K views isn't bad.
No, it's really good. Obviously, But he's a content creator, but he's still sponsored as well.
But you also just said TFT.
Yeah,
that kind of helps to push that along.
It's not as niche as fighting games.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about him because he's like a content creator that's sponsored.
Yeah, so I mean, again, like we're throwing things out. I wanted to try to keep things in order for y'all, but the first thing, honestly, is the type of time that you have. So when we were in college. And we had unlimited time, or at least it felt like it.
Yeah.
You did your classwork while either in school or when you was by your parents. You knew when an event was coming up. You planned it out, did whatever you had to do for your locals. And again, back when we was doing it, offline was still heavy.
Now it's only offline.
Yeah.
Online was not a thing.
But online now, it's so much more accessible, but the way people govern their time now, is just different. So,
well, you could compete online tournaments, and like it's real competition.
Yeah,
and like you have potential to actually like make a splash.
Yeah, so it just depends on how many tournaments you're actually doing, how many eyeballs people are seeing on you. Are you doing the content creating part or not? And when it does come down to these majors, are you actually going? Yeah. You have to. Unfortunately, it's not one of those things of, I'm not going to go this time. No, you have to go. People need to see you. You need to see how you go against the upper echelon, if not the best of the best, depending on where you're placed in pools. Because who's to say you don't drown for like 5 years? You might get discouraged, but you've been practicing the game for so long to where you finally got to it. The same people are still playing it. They got better, but now you're able to compete with them. So, and at the same point, if you're doing the content creating, you can get sponsorship in a different way that kind of helps to steer that along. But everything kind of like synergizes with each other now. It's not just, oh, I placed second place in like 5 different tournaments. Here's my application. Oh yeah, we want you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was when I heard about it. Shout outs to Hollywood Rob, because they actually asked him that question, and it's only thing I can say is it's complicated, but for the reasons that I said. Now look, for all you older gentlemen like ourselves, you got yourself a sugar mama or sugar daddy, depending on your preference. You have nothing to worry about. Just train.
Well, a little off topic. How good was... Do you watch Street Fighter 5 back in the day, right?
Yeah.
How good was Hollywood Rob in Street Fighter 5 back in the day?
Good enough to where he actually was on one of the SFL leagues and placed high.
Okay.
Yeah, because just like Punk, played the best waifu you could.
Okay.
Yep. At the end of the day. But Hollywood, but the thing about it is it's one of those things of which one is he better at? Commentary or the gift of gab or playing? Yeah. He's way better in the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
You know, so...
I was surprised hearing that he's trying to go pro again. Like, he got a good thing going with him.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's been
a hype man.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is what makes me wonder...
And a host.
Well, what makes me wonder, though, and I guess this is a side topic going on to it, no job is guaranteed, I noticed, in esports unless you create it yourself.
Yeah.
Content creating is something that you create yourself. The commentary route, though, like, if you're big, because we've seen some commentators that, damn, they look like they never get a break.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean, I feel like Hollywood Rob's in that echelon for hosting.
Yeah,
he's in that echelon where he gets the hosting gigs.
Yeah, he does. But the thing about it is if he's trying to go pro,
if he's really trying to go pro, like, it's hard.
I can only speculate. He says if you're serious about it, within a year you should be able to do it. But it depends on the quality of your training and how you train.
Street Fighter 6 is hard.
I agree. No, I actually agree with him. So while I don't play Street Fighter 6, you can apply that knowledge or that logic to any fighting game. So you're not just training for combos. You're training for situations. You're training for the hitbox and the hurt box. You're watching constant matches. You're actually putting yourself out there in the forefront, doing these online tournaments, and as well constantly playing in rank where the stakes is, well, your points.
I'm telling you, you could do that. Like Punk probably plays 8 or 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
And he's still getting, he's not, I wouldn't say washed, but he didn't make top 8 this year for France. He hasn't made top 8 in a major in a while.
Well, the thing about it is
it's hard to be consistent in Street Fighter 6. To be consistently like top echelons.
Here's the thing. You just said the best thing that you could possibly say. It is hard to be consistent in Street Fighter 6. Mental RD has said it. Every person has said it. Street Fighter 6 is volatile.
Yeah.
Nobody stays consistent in that game for whatever weird reason. Whether it's momentum, whether it's the game. But when it comes down to players, though, we know Punk is an emotional player. He always has been. The man went from playing Cammy for so long, and even though he's talented in playing other characters, he switched to Ed. He's still in a character crisis, no matter how comfortable or good he is with the character. Mm-hmm. Because just like when I play certain games, I try to play a different character, I could have been playing the character for a year. That old knowledge and muscle memory of Cammy will still be in the back of my head, and you haven't washed that away yet. Like, it's not just straight, fresh, new stuff. So I'm going to give it to Punk because it's only been like, a month, 2 months since
he got 9th place at Evo France.
No, that's not bad.
Really, with Ed. I think mostly Ed.
Yeah, that's not bad, but and here's mostly Ed.
Yeah, I think he might have busted out Cam a couple of times. Probably.
Yeah, so, the man's still in the character crisis. So I'm going to give him a little bit more time. I don't know how much more time, but because it's going to be one of those things of as more characters come out, you don't want to keep hearing the excuse from any person that's top level that have high accolades. Oh yeah, my character's not here yet.
Yeah.
So
I just want to add one more thing to how hard it is for it to be like the top echelons of Street Fighter 6.
Yeah. Oh so, no, fighting game, pro player.
I'm sorry, Pro player. Pro player in general, I think if you're going for Street Fighter 6, it's difficult because there's so much competition and the game is so volatile. Like Diaphone, I think last Evo he went all in on Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And I think was that year? I think he got like 33rd or something. Like it was like it's pretty good.
Yeah, and to say that he's a multi-game specialist.
But that discouraged Diaphone because he realized that he put in like so much effort, and he was like doing like the hardcore 8 hours a day like really training, and it only got him to 33rd, and he felt like he couldn't get past that hump after that.
Yeah. And I think it also depends on the accessibility and the ease of use of the game. Now, at one point, I was fighting to accept what people were saying in about Street Fighter 6, because even you had said it was just like, man, I can't play this game forever.
Yeah.
And it's like the amount of micromanaging you do have to do within that game does wear on your mental. Now, I play a lot of games to where there's scramble all the time. Like, your brain is in every which way place. But for a game like Street Fighter, or that traditional footsies and neutral, as you would call it, to now add so much micromanagement to it, that's not something that's the norm. So for people that are able to put in 8, 10, 12 hours, God bless you. Because I can only play the game for about an hour, and that's me motivating myself for it before I say, okay, screw this crap. Let me play something that's actually, I would say the words fun in my brain, but that's because I like a different form of fighting game. I like games that have way more faster pacing and way more options to it.
I will say Street Fighter 6, it's starting to get to the point where you see the people with the really good reactions are the ones that are starting to rise to the top more often, Blaz and Punk. And Lashard's reaction's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Because Tokido, I think last which one is it? World Cup.
Yeah.
He got fucking drive impacted 7 times in a row by Goichi. It was terrible.
Nah.
He's getting too old.
Well, the FGC Pro Player or esports is probably the most graceful way to go if you're going to go in
if you're old.
Yeah, if you're old. It's probably the best one. But, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that one. But, yeah, for anybody trying to be a pro player, time and investment, money, it's a multitude of things. We already know how life is, so it's just how do you actually make it work for yourself. The next one, Xbox Game Pass discussion. Which this one isn't hard.
Yeah.
Xbox is becoming greedy, and they're doing the same thing that PlayStation did. PlayStation had like I think it was like 3 or 4 tiers.
Yep.
Monthly, 3 month, 6 month, year. If you bought the year one, you got everything that you want. Then all of a sudden they added different tier levels, and now it's broken up where the $60 one is now like bare bones standard, and up to I think like 160, 180 to get all this other crap, which is kind of like, why would you do this? It looks like a Netflix subscription.
Yeah. I mean, PlayStation's a little different because you're mostly playing for the online experience.
Well, so the part that actually is screwed up is that Sony made it to where some games, specifically multiplayer, you were forced to have PlayStation Plus to play them, and not all games have a
like what do the higher tiers of PlayStation Plus do?
So the way it works it's kind of like, okay, you got PS4, PS5 games, you got VR games, you got subscriptions to it used to be called PlayStation Now, to play the old retro games.
Oh, so you got access to older games.
Yeah, and then you would also get like a free game or two for each platform or whatever else. You know, stuff like that. Xbox is now doing the same thing, but the problem is this is the second time that Xbox increased their prices within a year.
I think they went too significant of a price increase as well.
Yeah, so a lot of people have literally been canceling their Xbox Game Pass subscription.
The website it crashed when people were trying to cancel so much.
4 hours, I think longer than you trying to buy Silksong.
Oh, yeah, Silksong only took me like an hour to buy that.
Yeah,
that's like for the right reason.
But I mean,
it's just greed. Because before they raised the price, they said that Game Pass was profitable. Like,
yeah,
it seemed like an extremely good deal, but it was profitable. They said it was profitable.
Yeah, but I don't know if you and Power Trick actually watched the video that I had sent. There is some nefarious practice going on. I can put my tinfoil hat on it. It's literally they're trying to get you to not being able to own anything.
Yeah.
I want y'all to think about this. A digital subscription where if I'm correct, before I even say anything about that, Xbox Game Pass, now they have a time limit on the amount of games too. I think the lower end one is like 50 games, then the other one's like 100, and the other one's like 150, and it's a time gated amount of time now you have on them.
I think that might be like they have like a really really cheap one. They have like
that one's like something like 50 games or something like that. Like you're only allowed access or limited or whatever else.
I've heard something about like they have a free one where you could play a game for like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, and you have to pay for every hour extended after that or some crap.
I think it has ads. It's like you get ads and then you can play for an hour and then that's it.
Look, man, the conversation on ads is even dumber. Yeah. But back to the tinfoil hat discussion. I've never shown y'all a picture of it. Shankster sees it. I'm looking at it right now. I have physical copies of stuff that, if for whatever reason a streaming platform, Netflix, Amazon, whatever, was to go away and you can't watch a movie, if it's a movie that came on something that I wanted, I have no problem watching it. But when it comes down to a digital subscription where the only thing you need is hard drive space, if you can download it, but if it's something that you have to watch streaming via cloud, you own absolutely nothing now.
Yep.
And what happens when they choose to just, Concord the damn thing?
Yeah.
All of a sudden you pay
hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, for an experience.
Years.
The scariest thing for me is, I think the game that I put the most money into, it probably would be Destiny, but I know there's a fighting game. Street Fighter V. I bought the game day one, and I bought every game, character pass or whatever afterwards. I didn't care about the costumes. If I added the costumes, I'd be angry. If Capcom, for whatever reason, if I bought that game digitally and it was just like, yeah, we're discontinuing the game server completely.
Yeah.
All that becomes irrelevant. Hundreds of dollars just pissed in the wind.
Yeah.
So, but I remember they was talking about this. They said that they want you to be happy with owning nothing.
That's
you
Ubisoft.
pay for it and own nothing.
Yeah.
That is the most despicable thing I've ever heard of, but Xbox is doing that. If they can get you to get the Game Pass subscription and everything is cloud-based, hey, you get to enjoy it while you last. Oh, you brokies that can only afford the bottom tier one? That won't last too long. That FOMO is going to kick in and you're going to want to pay for it.
You pretty much get indoctrinated into their system. So when they raise the prices, you have to pay for it because you don't own the game. So
exactly,
how are you gonna play Call of Duty if you don't own it?
Exactly, and yeah. I can't lie. I already can't stand Nintendo for their nefarious practices, and they're doing dumb stuff on a different level.
Yeah,
but I actually would say Xbox is actually worse when it comes down to the gaming companies now doing all this stuff.
Nah, I still don't think anything beats Nintendo. Nintendo's like trying to ruin the industry with their
they're trying to ruin the industry. They're trying to copyright stuff in existence that they never even originally made, which is crazy. Yeah. So
they're opening Pandora's box pretty much.
Yeah, and what's going to end up happening is and it's always a telltale sign when you get too greedy, things ends up going in reverse. It's already happening to Xbox. I gotta commend Sony, because Sony is just like, yo, this sounds dumb. I'm good on this. Y'all do that on your own, and let's see what happens.
I will say, as long as Gabe Newell is alive, Steam is like the best platform.
Yeah, Steam is always going to be the best platform. And I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
Again, so because I'm gonna be doing a separate video on it for myself, but I think I've told y'all in the past, Destiny 1 beta tester, played the game since then, bought every DLC on the day of. Then Destiny 2 comes out, playing it on console, having fun. When I upgraded the TV, was even more wild by it, because I was just like, wow, I got textures. But that's what happens when you go from 480, 720 to 1080. Now, or not now, but years later, it becomes free to play. And all of a sudden, it's just like, well, I mean, I was part of the beginning, so, you know, I got my early release when it comes down to that type of stuff. But then when I went from console to PC, not everything carried over. I had to buy DLC over, and if it wasn't for the fact that Steam is always having sales, I spent mad money on DLCs. So, you know, I mean, it's a bittersweet thing, but it's just one of those things of, at least I got a chance to convert over.
Yeah.
Just imagine if somebody couldn't. Mm-hmm. Ah, man. I feel for y'all. Let's see. Lost my spot. Where was it? Okay. But yeah, Xbox, y'all suck. Or, you know what? Better yet, Microsoft, y'all suck for it. Okay. So, even though this is a little bit old news, I guess we could talk about it. The Capcom Cup pay-per-view outrage. Bless you.
Thank you.
They recently... there's been many discussions on it. The Street Fighter 6 devs didn't know nothing about it, what was going on with pay-per-view. And then Capcom apparently recently announced something about the pay-per-view. I didn't get a chance to dive into too much. Did you?
Oh, yeah. I watched
Sweet.
the button check about it.
Okay, well...
Pretty much, Capcom is like... They pretty much just listened to Daigo. So Daigo said that what they're presenting isn't worth the $40. He's saying it's not worth it because it's not entertaining. So
shout-outs to the Beast.
So Capcom's like, oh, okay, Daigo. We're going to keep the pay-per-view, probably. And we're just going to like change the format and make it more entertaining. That's what the announcement was. So they're still not thinking about the price. Or at least they're looking at it, they're considering changing the pricing, but they're not removing pay-per-view.
Well,
if they lower the price like to something more reasonable, it's okay, I guess.
So here's the thing that because I remember I think Power Trick was talking to us, and he was just like, I'd pay $40 for it. Why? First off,
if I was hardcore into Street Fighter, like back in the day in college days, like I'd probably do it.
Nah, I've been frugal for a while.
I mean, if it was like me, like you, our group of friends, we like put money.
Yeah, if we pull it together, but here's my problem, right?
If I'm not doing it by myself, hell no.
So here's my problem, right? Because we have a really great example that we did for it. when we went by you and we watched the boxing event.
Yeah. If you watch, it's like boxing and MMA.
So the boxing event was, for all intents and purposes, 5 hours. All right, 5 hours for like a $60, $70 pay-per-view. You got to see all the undercards leading up to the main one, whether you like it or not, and it was a good spectacle. One and done.
I will say this to stop you there. That pay-per-view, they stopped doing pay-per-view. What they do is they partner with Netflix now. So it's technically...
Oh.
So we watched it on Netflix because people don't pay for pay-per-view.
Yeah, why. Well, they I meant to send y'all because I did read something on it. UFC, Dana White and UFC, and I believe boxing also will no longer be doing pay-per-views as of sometime next year because it doesn't make the money.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So which is also surprising why Capcom even went pay-per-view.
Well,
but
Capcom is Japanese, so they just don't know. They're not aware.
I know, but anyways, getting into what I'm trying to say, when you look at fighting game tournaments, it's 3 days. So people have lives. if you went to the tournaments, you're spending way more than 40, but you're there for the full experience.
That's full experience, yeah.
We paid roughly around, well, I paid around 110 for CEO to be a non-competitor. You paid around what?
I forgot, like 150.
Yeah, so you pay that, but you're physically there. Granted, other costs and everything. But
going there is an experience. You got arcade.
The experience. Yeah. But I am not paying $40 to sit down for 3 days each. So what is it, 40 times 3? Because it's not going to be $40 and then you got to try to find the time to be able to be there. Because what if you missed the time? Then you just wasted the money.
Yep. It's $40 for the whole experience, but the whole viewing experience.
Yeah. Now, here's what I would have said. And this is me at a stretch because even me thinking about this thought even annoyed me. If you wanted to charge maybe $20 for top 8 for pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Top 8 lasts about 3 hours. Well, if you do all the top 8s.
If you're efficient, it could be like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Not even. If you're like super efficient.
I think it's way longer. If you're talking about for any game that's on a Sunday, which is what, about 4 games?
Yeah.
Their top 8? That's maybe about...
You're thinking about all the games. But if I'm talking like just one game. Was this?
Oh, just Capcom?
Yeah, just Street Fighter.
Okay, so... Let me change the number then.
That'd be like 3 hours.
Wait. Let me...
If it's efficient without breaks.
For the first viewing experience, the first one, because this would be Capcom's.
Yeah.
$10 for top 8.
That's reasonable.
You will have multiple people that will want to purchase it because they already made it to where if it's pay-per-view, you can't stream it anyway. I think you got to wait 6 days or whatever afterwards.
You still can't stream it. It's just they're going to upload it 6 days later.
Yeah. So that's my only thing. You'll get more money and more eyeballs doing it that way because at least now the individual viewing experience versus a watch party. Because if people choose to do watch parties for you, ain't making no money.
It's a combination of things. Straight up, if MMA and boxing can't make money off of pay-per-view,
no, Capcom's not going to make money either. But what I'm trying to say is this is a test that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
If you feel like you want to try to do it, the last thing you want to do is making an absurd amount, knowing that Capcom Cup is multiple days and pretty much people are going to be wasting money trying to connect for those time frames. Some people's going to be working, some guaranteed depending on the time frame, because on a Friday half of the people that paid for it won't be able to watch it. It's going to be Saturday and Sunday, and that's if you don't have other obligations or something random comes up.
And also it's a Japanese website you have to register for, which is insane.
So $10 for the first one. If everything goes well to where there was no hiccups, no screw-ups, you save this formula, everything goes well, then maybe you can up it up to like $15. And I would leave it at that. No more. $15 at the most.
I'll legit say that even, now I think about it, I don't think any peer review is worth it.
No, it's not. But if Capcom is going to go this route, $15.
Because... in general, the game's not that big. It's not big enough for it to be pay-per-view.
Here's the problem though. The Street Fighter IP is big as hell.
It's big, but like people aren't willing to pay for it. Like even like
Yeah.
if you're trying to get like the casual audience to view it,
Well, yeah, well,
I think.
but see, where I think Capcom screws up is they don't realize that streamers are your best advertisers, and you're trying to wiggle money out or squeeze money out in some way, shape, or form. When how many people buy Street Fighter 6 based off of the streamers that they like to watch?
The problem is they're trying to make money off the esport, but the esport is supposed to be driving people to buy the game. That's the thing. It's not about making money off esports viewing experience.
Yeah,
It's about making money from selling more Street Fighter.
Yeah,
getting
but
everyone to see it.
Yeah, but I mean, surprisingly, I remember hearing a few people saying the only person that could have said anything about this was Daigo.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he did say some stuff on it. Now, here's the thing. He said what would be worth money is a first attempt between him and Minardi.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be like a separate thing, though.
Yeah, that would be would be separate. So, but all in all, $15 at the most, and that's after your first year. $10 for your first year to see how you do in pay-per-view. $15 after that for anything subsequent afterwards, if you're even going to try to do this, because at the end of the day, you're now having to add an extra part of production just to do this part.
Yeah.
It's not like it's just, oh, we just have this. No, you got to make sure everything works, that the money is going through and everything else. And honestly, it's a waste of money to try to make some type of money.
Yeah. At first, I was kind of understanding why they wanted to do a pay-per-view, and I thought it just lower the price. But now I think about like how boxing and MMA don't do pay-per-view anymore. It's like it just doesn't work.
Actually, now that I think about it, this is actually okay. I just had a light bulb thought. This is actually the stupidest thing that they've done, because the biggest platform for all things gaming is technically Twitch.
Yep.
Or you could have went in with YouTube. Why didn't you just have one of those two sponsor it? Like if you want to do something, Capcom could have got in touch with Twitch/Amazon and just seen like, hey, we want to make this like a paid type of thing, and Amazon or Twitch or YouTube could have came up with this thing like, hey, if you got YouTube Premium, it doesn't work with it. You got to pay X amount of money for this. And most people already don't care about the platform. It's just, oh crap, I now need to purchase YouTube Red in order not to get ads for this type of. I mean,
it's a Japanese company. That's why they worked with another Japanese company for make some. It's probably shitty website, honestly.
It's their own ecosystem, pretty much. But I remember saying this to you, and it's a part that concerned me at first when I heard about the pay-per-view. Because it was kind of like, screw the rest of the world. Like, Japan has to pay, suffers and pays for everything anyway. It brought me back to the days of when everything was region locked. And I don't know if y'all know anything about this.
I'm not even sure why they did that.
well, technology was different back then.
Yeah.
But if you bought a Japanese PlayStation, it did not play American games. If you bought an American PlayStation, it didn't play Japanese games.
I have no idea why it did
and that. I think that stopped. I just realized that lasted until the PS4 era, because some things were the way you got around it with PS3 and PS4 was you could actually make an account, or like a Japanese account or French account, whatever it was, and some people use random hotels or addresses, and they were just able to buy games, but everything was in Japanese. So it's like you had to know how to maneuver through your system for that. But anything before PS3, you needed swap magic, boot magic, all this other garbage to either burn the game or to play the game just to be able to trick the console, whatever else. Or you spent the money in the import fees to buy a Japanese console, and you now had an American and a Japanese PlayStation. But it brought me back to those time frames, and I was just like, why is Japan trying to segregate the FGC, the Street Fighter FGC at that? Because you're first off, the amount of harshness and backlash that are going to come from content creators talking about you is already bad, meaning it's a PR nightmare on all fronts, because you're going to get it on social medias and YouTubes and everything. Well, I might as well call YouTube or social media at this point. So YouTube, Kick, and Rumble, which are your video platforms, and Twitch are all going to be roasting you either live or pre-recorded. And then every social media in existence is going to be doing articles on how dumb of a situation this was.
They're so short-minded, like short-sighted. They like because you're not supposed to make money off the esport. You're supposed to make money off the selling your game.
Yeah.
And by doing a pay-per-view, the only people watching the shit are like hardcore Street Fighter fans.
Honestly, the funny thing is I know I guess Japan has had esports for longer than us, and they have a more official way of doing things.
No, they have not.
It's not?
No. Japan's late to the game with esports.
Yeah, but the thing about it is it's so stupid. Like, the whole point
Korea was first to the game with...
Oh, well, yeah. But I'm just thinking about how the premise or the aspect is all you're doing is you're trying to legitimize or a so-called official version of fighting games when all it is just needs to be implemented into it, not making this whole separate entity to try to make it seem bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
Fighting games have always been grassroots. You have your casuals, you have your semis, and you have your hardcores and your pro players. The ones that are able to become pro players, whether they were a bench warmer or whether they're actually playing all the time and they're your all-star team, it literally is just, hey, we think you're good enough to be sponsored. Let me sponsor you. Get some eyes on you. We're going to do all the marketing and advertisement. Hopefully we can sell some merch, and through this we'll make money, which in turn will help you make money.
Yeah, that's like esports teams.
Yeah.
But it's not a very good business, though.
Yeah, no, it's not a very good business because at just how FGC is grassroots, that means all the money is ran off the backs of the players. Yeah. So how, but you can... The model comes from sports teams. So if you looked at models from like NBA or whatever else, actually the more I think about it, I think the FGC is more like the WNBA. But no,
in terms like like viewership, you're saying?
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's like, okay, there is only so many people that brings dynamicness to the sport of fighting games, from a commentary and a player aspect.
Well, I'll say for like the characters, like the actual players, like they have more personality than like any other esport.
Yeah, but okay, so this is what I'm saying, right? If I want excitingness, like I just want to be hype all the time, I'm getting IFC Yipes and I'm getting Tasty Steve. You can't do better than those two when it comes down to just straight hype. IFC Yipes always coming up with different terminologies and everything else.
He's freestyling.
He's good with rapping too. Yeah, so often
he's like straight up freestyle.
Tasty Steve at the same time, he knows how to talk the detailed talk, but he's hype. Yeah. If I want some people to be a little bit more informational on it, I'll go to Sajam. Who else would you connect with Sajam?
Well, Sajam, Justin Wong. I actually like Justin Wong as a commentator.
I want Justin Wong as a fighter. I don't want him as a commentator.
He's a dad. He's not doing.
He does
commentary. Fuck Jammers. I like Jammers. I like Jammers a lot for informational commentary.
With Sajam.
No,
I'm just messing. I know they're good. I know they're good. No, but okay, but you got the commentating route.
Yeah.
You want people to be able to bring them in. I can't lie. If I want somebody to bring in if I want excitement with casuals, I will have those two, but I would have Maximilian streaming because Maximilian is the number one hardcore bring casuals to fighting games.
I don't know how he did it, but he broke the mold and he cracked the code and got all the casuals interested in fighting games.
Yeah, so I would have those two for the live, him for the streaming their live.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to the fighting gamers, because everybody has so many different personalities, again, I know he's a dad now, but Justin Wong is the king of turtling. I want, as an American representation, I want him there for the turtle. So it's like, and the Wong factor, because everybody has heard of this legendary Wong factor.
Are you telling me you want to see him fight?
Yes! I want to see him play. I want the gladiator there.
All right, so you're
But-
saying for
but-
entertainment
but-
purposes, you want them playing.
Well, yes, because again, like we said, every person has a different personality. Like Noah the Prodigy. Noah is the young kid that played with the old school,
Yeah.
that still tries to bring that beef and that sweatiness to it.
That's another thing about the entertainment factor of Capcom Cup. Like, there are a lot of players from like small regions who
Yeah.
qualify, and they do make a splash. Like, there's I think some random dude beat Punk in Capcom Cup,
Oh.
but like no one even remembers his name because like they don't care.
Well, I mean, they actually said the same thing about Daigo. Daigo got beat by a lot of randoms.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things of even if he loses, the household name is Daigo.
Yeah.
So it's no different.
They
with
don't
Punk.
they don't do a good enough job of promoting the players that qualify for Capcom Cup.
Yeah.
It's like, here's this guy from India. It's like, okay, I don't care about this guy.
I mean, there's always going to be a bias.
Yeah.
But it just depends on how long you've been there and how much you've been playing. Like, I want Smug to come back.
Yeah.
Smug has a personality like no other.
You're talking about all those old school players. They're not coming back, unfortunately.
No. It's not. I don't think it's that they're not coming back. It's that
Not to compete.
Well, the first thing is depending on the realization, the money, and the game. It's obvious Smug is decent at Street Fighter 6, but that's not his game.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5 was great, but there's something about Street Fighter 6 for some of the people that they'll play it, but they're not trying to play it for kills.
Yeah.
Idom competes, but Idom's not making a splash.
Adam's obsessed with the Manon. I think he would actually do really well if he swapped characters.
That just means
he
he's
does
the stubborn. He's the stubborn cat.
He does
personality
well
type.
for playing Manon,
Yeah.
but like if he's played a real character, if he played
I
like
think
Mai,
I think he wants Laura back, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Laura or Poison,
not
which
happening.
that might be season 8.
yeah,
Hey, we're on season 3.
yep. Well, I think are we on season 3? Yeah,
Yeah,
something like-
season 3.
I think we're starting season 4.
No, because Sagat started season 3, didn't he?
Fuck, I forgot. I think you're right. We are on season 3.
Sagat, then C Viper, and we still have Alex and
Yeah.
No, Elena was in there. So we're on the third character. We got one more.
Elena's season 2. Was she? So I bought season 2, which was Elena, Mai, Terry,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Who's the fourth?
So
Bison.
yeah, so Sagat started the season.
We're on season 3.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We have the one that came from the Alpha series.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember
The
her
chick.
name. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Fighting games are entertaining to watch. Like we do get viewership wise, like for major tournaments, we do get good viewership.
Yeah.
That's just gonna drop to nothing. If you
It's going to be abysmal if they try to keep the pay-per-view route at 40. I think first year, $10. If everything goes well, you can amp it up to 15 because 10 to $15 is enough for whether people do watch parties or not. If an individual wants to contribute to that, then do it. But I also think it's not a smart business model because there's so much money and there's so many days. You can only do it for like top 8. It would only be for Sunday. So
I'm at the point where I think pay-per-view is a bad idea and they should allow anyone to stream it.
No. Look, at the end of the day, that's the reason why I was given the scenario. They should have talked to Twitch or YouTube, mainly Twitch, have it showcased at a global place, because I don't know what's up with this whole we're going to keep everything Japanese crap, and have prolific commentators. I mean, if it's so big, you should have English, French, German, Jamaican. You should have every language possible almost trying to do this, but
They don't understand their business. They don't understand their business model.
I don't think they understand the FGC. I think they only understand business in their area, and that's because they're so used to being short-sighted.
I think they're
short-sighted.
They know that Japanese people are willing to pay, and because the Japanese community, they're like, oh, it's a little expensive, but I'll play. But like, no one outside of Japan is paying for that shit.
But is because of how
Even if it was on YouTube and Twitch, and they had this.
But that's because of how fighting games have always been. Fighting games have always been free. It's always been
every esport is free to watch for esports.
No, but I'm just talking about the its inception. It's always been free. Like there is no whole entry fee is the prize pool. Then eventually we got Matcherino, which is donations, not some whole. Oh yeah, well you paid $10 for the tournament. Even for people that just wanted to watch. Oh, you're just watching $5.
I mean, that's different. That's like when you're going in person. I'm just talking about online viewing.
Okay, but everything's an evolution. So it went from watching in person to watching there. For people that's not there, that spent the money, hundreds of dollars and everything else, $40 for a 3-day, 4-day event, however long Capcom Cup is. First of all, you're not going to make no money because people are going to be like, I don't have the time to try to be on at this time every single time and everything else. But some people would be willing to pay $10 or $15 because they know they're not waiting.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what you said about Mega Man. You're like, yo, it's only $10. It ain't. It's a drop in the bucket.
At first, I thought it might have been okay to do a pay-per-view, but after thinking about it, like, they really shouldn't have done it at all. That's my last thing.
It is what it is. Yeah. I mean,
it's unfortunate.
We're beating a dead horse at this point.
I think they're gonna kill the fucking esports by having pay-per-view because no one's gonna.
Oh yeah, Capcom is considered the biggest fighting game company at the moment. I think Arc System Works is slowly coming up, especially when Marvel Tokon comes out.
KO is a sleeper. They're gonna.
They're
gonna keep growing. I think
they're gonna keep growing, but the problem is Riot and their R&D. That's probably the biggest issue.
I think they're gonna ramp it up. I think they're ramping up like how fast they're pumping out characters and stuff.
Probably because they already did a lot. Yeah. Okay,